Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Oh, you've got somebody quoting socialist MMA, right? Who was just speaking at the Kansas Green Party.
Yeah, wasn't he? Isn't he like a surrogate for Jill Stein?
I was like, which I thought was funny too. It's so inconsistent. It's just like, oh, I have to look at whoever commentator I like the best, but it is. Yeah, now that the RBN channel is kind of.
But if you want to play this video, it's pretty funny. Just some Jimmy Dore fan accosting Jill Stein, a very serious activist and a presidential candidate, to ask her why she hasn't gone on the freaking Jimmy Dore show.
Yeah.
We do pictures. Do you mind if we do picture together?
Yes, this young man has been waiting, so let's do it first, and then we'll do the next one.
Listen to how nice she is before they try and be a douchebag to her. This young man's been waiting, so let's get to him right here. It's.
Do you want to get a selfie?
Oh, well, I want to ask you about something.
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is how every Jimmy Dore fan. Dude, we used to have some overlap with Jimmy's audience, and every single time one of these would come up to me, they all sounded like this. They all sound like this. Oh my god! I can't believe it. If I had invented in my mind a caricature of how I wanted a Jimmy Dore audience member to sound, this is hilarious, guys. Oh my god! Okay, let's play this again and maybe 5 more times. Oh, I got it. It's gonna tickle me so much. It's gonna be so hard to get through. Okay, all right, take us. All right, let's take it in.
A selfie?
Oh, well, I want to ask you about something. All
right.
So, first, I want to thank you for being here today. I've voted for you in the past, and I love your platform, but I do have a couple of concerns I hope you can address.
Why haven't you gone on my
some
favorite
people are
podcaster's
skeptical and
podcast?
discouraged by the quality of all of the candidates, and you have passion for what you believe in and are very articulate. But you seem, at least in my experience, seem reticent to engage with skeptics in a public forum, such as the Jimmy Dore show. This confuses
Jimmy
me
Dore
because
show
it's
is a
an
public
opportunity to
forum.
be heard.
This is fucking crazy. This is how delusional these fucking morons are.
You haven't engaged in a public forum on this very specific niche debate podcast that's gonna be used and clipped constantly to make you look like you're a deeply unserious fucking person. Yeah. Why haven't you done that? Just because I really like this show and I want you to go on there. Okay? I just think that means you're unserious. Yeah. Because my favorite podcaster, if you don't go on this show, I can't vote for you.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. For one, Jill Stein does engage in adversarial interviews. She's been trying desperately to debate obviously the other candidates, Joe Biden and Donald Trump, but specifically also RFK. He's the other third party candidate in the race that's like a big chance at getting a lot of votes, and she's been desperately trying to debate him. Obviously, she goes on platforms like CNN whenever she can, or basically any mainstream platform that'll have her, just to get her face out there. But to act like those aren't hostile platforms, to act like the hosts on mainstream media aren't going to ask her tough questions, to act like Jill Stein's only going on shows that are going to be nice to her, that's completely ridiculous. Of course she's not. This lady is battle trained, probably more than any of us, in dealing with bullshit smears from the mainstream press, from reporters and commentators, and now including fucking Jimmy Dore, who used to claim to be the biggest Green Party activist, third party champion of all time. What's he doing? What's he up to right now? Oh yeah, he's simping for Donald fucking Trump. Well, all the people that he spent years calling two-party sheep herders now support Jill Stein.
Yeah, and also shout out to you saying, if this is true, what the fuck is this guy on drugs? Like, what the hell are you doing?
Is he wearing a body cam? I feel like I'm watching police body cam footage.
Yeah, right. He's got it strapped to his chest in case she takes a swing on him. Crazy.
Be heard by people who might not know anything about it.
We just have a lot of press to handle at the time.
So
we're trying to work to make an appointment for press.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
But is she willing to go on the Jimmy Dore show?
I'm sorry. You're going to have to leave her alone now.
Okay.
She's not. Yes, I do. Her deputy can't be here.
Okay.
Can you turn off that camera, please?
Sure.
So we got lost.
So you heard it here. She is dodging the question, and a person is telling me to walk away. So, in other words, I guess my follow-up question was going to be, how do you choose which skeptics to engage with and which to ignore? Well, there you go.
And let's get back to Jason Call's tweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Jason Call, always a real one, friend of the show. She's not dodging the question. The question was answered in our Slack workspace, which Benjamin here was part of until this morning.
They kicked out that guy from the Slack or whatever.
No, we have no plans to go on Jimmy Dore's show. We have a full schedule, including heading to DC right now for the rally for Gaza. If we do choose to go on Jimmy's show, it won't be through having a camera shoved 2 inches from Jill's face. As Benjamin was told here, feel free to email press for an interview. That doesn't mean you are going to get it. This is a non-story. Benjamin here got kicked out of our volunteer Slack for throwing a tantrum, saying if Jill won't go on Jimmy's show, why would he give his time to the campaign? So don't.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, what a fucking loser. Dude, these guys are such piss babies. They're like, my activism is actually enriching Jimmy Dore. It's like, bro, you are a mark. You are the definition of a mark.
Yeah.
It is hysterical.
And Jimmy Dore only wants to have her on the show to try to like expose her.
Antagonize her,
To antagonize her, just like he did to Dr. Cornel West, just like he did to Marianne Williamson, because who he actually supports is RFK, who his fucking buddy Nick Brana works for, and Donald Trump, who his audience supports. He doesn't fucking support any progressive or leftist candidates. We've already seen that. We've already seen him disrespect Dr. Cornel West to his face, and not even over legitimate issues like the ones we've talked about. We've watched him disrespect Marianne Williamson to her face, and again, not even over the legitimate issues with the Marianne campaign, over bullshit ones. And that's why he wants to have Jill Stein on, not to support her, not to say, hey, what are you going to do that's different than, whatever. He wants to fucking antagonize her, and he wants to clip it into content and say that she's an op because for 5 seconds she worked with Peter Dow or whatever. It's complete bullshit. Of course, Jill Stein should stay the fuck away from Jimmy Dore. Even if he wasn't just going to antagonize her, why would you want to be associated with that guy? You're trying to make the American people think you're a serious person, not a loser.
Well, actually, it was so funny. Okay, so guys, they're just ripping off blatantly the fact that Tom Brady just had a big popular roast, right? So Jimmy goes out and he does this like boomer ass version of it by roasting Michael Tracy. This is the most horrifying thing I've ever read. They say, so it was my honor to have been roasted by @Jimmy Dore last night. I quote, he says, I haven't had this much fun since I went to a furry convention with Michael Tracy. End quote. While I have, is that supposed to be a joke? Is that like the punchline to one of his jokes? Is like,
I think that's Jimmy poking fun at the fact that Michael Tracy kind of looks like a basement dwelling man-child who might be a furry.
Was that the best material of the night? He went for the one poll quote that was the best thing for the night. And just like, that's the face we're all making. Shout out to the guy from House.
Yeah.
On the money anyway. And also shout out to Post Left Watch for always filling us up.
Yeah. And then Michael Tracy says, well, I have never been to a furry convention. I am, in fact, very furry in terms of body hair. One day you will pay, Dore. Jesus Christ. It makes me want to cringe out of my skin.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's, yeah. Look at Jimmy right here, dude. He looks like a fucking Vegas hack. He looks like a guy that like, oh man, I don't know. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. But he's living this dream. He's living this dream. And that's what also keeps me depressed. I'm like, wow, this man, he's never gonna get his comeuppance.
I mean, the lack of, or the plummeting relevance, I guess.
Yeah, but he doesn't, dude. He's just gonna go further and further right wing, and he's gonna find relevance somewhere.
I don't know, bro. I think that for a while his right wing pivot with all the anti-vax stuff was really paying off, and he was really finding a home on the right. His clips were blowing up and stuff, but lately,
I mean,
if you look at his
just
channel,
that he should, but Tucker's irrelevant now too, I guess.
I mean, Tucker's not irrelevant, but
he's way less relevant.
Way less relevant. Yeah, I mean, but if you just look at the Jimmy Dore channel now, like a lot of his clips do like 60 to 80K views. When they might used to get like 200,000, stuff like that. So, I mean, he's still popular, don't get me wrong, but I personally see way less influence, way less relevance that he's having over the discourse and stuff like that. So, I do think he's definitely taken a hit as far as
we're
relevance.
definitely not paying as much attention to him anymore. He's not worth the headline toss unless he does something really crazy, because everybody already knows he's already hit rock bottom.
Yeah,
right.
He's just predictable now. And it's like,
yeah, it's formulaic.
Much like with Donald Trump, at first, Jimmy Dore really had this quality where he could just piss people off. Like he would say anything, do anything. Yeah. People would go fucking crazy. He doesn't really have that ability because, like I said, it's just become so tired, so predictable. Nowadays, it's just like, oh yeah, Jimmy Dore is being Jimmy Dore. It's not shocking anymore when he says something. So yeah, I think he's really lost the ability to like trigger the libs, quote unquote, which seems to be affecting his relevance and popularity. Also, I think what's affecting his relevance and popularity is now every other time you click on a Jimmy Dore video, it's not even him hosting the fucking show anymore.
Yeah, because he's such a lazy sack of shit. That's what's funny.
Yeah.